All right, spring has officially arrived here in southern Ontario after what was really strange winter in terms of the weather. Like, just had some super mild spring-like temperatures. It would get colder for a bit, but never really snowed that much. Like, I think I got the snowblower out once. I'm just doing some general maintenance today on the lawn. Gonna do some raking, maybe get the blower out and see how things are looking. So I'm here in Midtown Toronto, which, as you can see, the yards aren't massive by any stretch, and we actually did a renovation last year where we brought our house outwards, and so my side yard here, it's pretty narrow. I call it my bowling alley, or maybe I'll turn it into a bocce ball court or something, but this was bare earth after our reno, and I seeded it last fall with our elite perennial ryegrass blend in like late September, so a bit late in the season, but just had some amazing grass growing weather. So the germination was good and it came in pretty quickly, but it just didn't have enough time to really fully establish and thicken up. So I'm definitely going to be needing to do another overseed and do some top dressing as well, which I'll probably use sand for this year because it's a bit damp in this part of the yard. So I want to improve the drainage and just fill in some spots that animals have damaged over the winter, which is one thing that seemed to happen more than usual. I guess the warmer temperatures meant raccoons, skunks, they were out looking for insects and digging in the lawn. So one of the things I didn't do last year was do much on the garden beds or the borders of the yard, just because I wanted to let the grass grow in so that I could do a nice edge. And so I just put some pine straw for now, but my plan here is to at some point figure out where I'm going to put an edge and probably do some plantings along the side of the house here. Same thing over here. This is obviously a shaded area that the fence creates, and so this area can stay pretty damp and pretty wet, and it does not get much sun at all. And so I'm gonna need to see how well the grass grows along this border and decide whether I'll need to maybe add a border area of mulch or stone or something. So here in the front yard, I did a full renovation last summer with our elite Kentucky bluegrass blend, and overall was really happy with how it germinated and filled in. Still some spots that do need to fill in more this year that I'll have to top dress, maybe put some more seed down. I'll show you those here in a second. The other thing I'm dealing with in the front here is worm castings. Just seem to have a lot of earthworms, which usually are good for the soil, but if you're real mowing your turf low, they can be problematic just because they create like silver dollars if you roll over them or step on them. You know, just as part of my regular mowing practice, what I'll do is come out with a rake, knock them down, and then mow after that. I'll show you a couple other areas here that need to fill in. This area right here, just on the edge, and then similarly over here along the edge. These are just areas that just don't get as much water. And again, down in this corner right here. So not too bad for one season of growing Kentucky bluegrass. If anyone grown it knows, it can take honestly about a full season to fully establish. So overall, it's good in terms of how it came in, and yeah, let's clean up the yard. Got things cleaned up, gonna get that first mow in soon. Check in with you guys later.